EA just dropped a huge Madden 23 gameplay patch that completely changed the way defense is played, and in this video I'm going to break down the new, most dominant defense in the game to run after the patch. Looking for Madden 23 Ultimate Team coins? AOEAH.com is the cheapest and most reliable coins on the market. Click the link in the description and use coupon code SPORTS for 3% off your order. Yo, YouTube, what is up? It's your boy Duke, back here from sportsgamers.com. And in today's Madden 23 tip video, I'm going to break down the new defense I've been running, the best defense in the game to run after this latest patch that came out. Now, as you guys may know, this patch completely changed the way QB contains played, which really changed a lot of the meta defenses. They don't work the same anymore because a lot of these loop blitzes, glitch blitzes with the contains, they just can't be set up properly. And a lot of people think that this is, changed the game. A lot of these defenses are dead. There's no more glitch blitzes. And while most of the blitzes or a lot of the blitzes that were patched, they're true, a lot of them don't work the same. Some are back and better than ever, and there's some new ones out there too. And in this video, I'm going to break down my favorite one. Now, after this patch, I've been running a lot of dollar. Nickel 3-3 linebacker blitz 0 that was popular before the patch, it just doesn't work the same anymore. But I've been screaming from dollar. I have a new setup. I'm going to show you guys one of them in this video. Okay, so the play I want to look at in this video that we're going to get a glitch blitz from is the DB Fire 2. I'm going to have my auto flip on, and I'm going to leave my auto flip to default. Auto alignment set to default. You do not want to run this dollar on base. I'm going to show you guys a few different examples of how this blitz could work, different formations, different blocking schemes, some adjustments you might want to use from it. So this DB Fire 2, we're going to come out. The biggest key here is you want to sub your safeties in at linebacker and then have fast defensive ends in the game. So we're going to go ahead and do that, DB Fire 2. We're going to start off against, Shotgun Bunch. So as a reminder, guys, I do free Madden 23 tip videos and gameplays on my channel. So if you enjoy the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment. All that stuff helps me out a lot as a content creator. And if we can get to 400 likes on this video, I'll post another blitz I've been running after the patch for you guys on my YouTube channel for free. So let's get it. The setup is actually really easy on this blitz. All I'm going to do is press my coverage, spread my D-line out, and I'm going to take the DB, whichever slot DB that's closest to the D-end, I'm going to take him, and in this case, that'd be the right DB Sanders, because if you can see on the left, Ward is much further away from the D-end than Sanders. So it kind of just depends upon the offensive formation, and I'll show you guys a few examples, but you just take him, place him right next to the D-end and QB contain, and as you guys can see, when you place him next to the D-end, he's pretty much immediately on the contain, kind of like it was before the patch. Like, you don't have to, do anything crazy. Just put him next to the D-end, and he's on the contain. Pretty easy, right? So you guys could see that again. So you guys can see how easy that is, because that's the problem a lot before the patch. You could easily just get the DBs on contains, and you just can't really do that the same after the patch. Again, you QB contain, spread your D-line out, and then you're just going to move the guy that's closest to the D-end right next to him, and bam, he's on the contain in a split second, no fiddling around, and this blitz is going to absolutely scream. Now, obviously, there's more adjustments you could make, which we'll get into, and we'll also get into some different ways you can set this up against different formations, but this is kind of just the base way to set this blitz up to make it scream. That's all you have to do, and you will see that this blitz will scream against many different protections. We're going to first start sending 5 out, and you're going to see you get actually dual pressure here from that D-end and the DB. I got 3 people damn near coming free right there, super fast at the quarterback. Looking to become a better Madden player and win more games? Check out sportsgamers.com. I built sportsgamers.com from the ground up to give you the best Madden tips, best Madden ebooks, all at the best price, bar none. We have a VIP membership that gives you access to the entire site, every ebook and every tip we release all year long for only $24.99. Click the link in the description. I've also pinned it in the comments, and use coupon code DUKE for 10% off your order. So take a look at the replay here, and you'll see how fast and crazy this blitz is. See, the defensive end loops around the O-lineman just like before on the right of the screen. At the left of the screen, both of the D-end and the DB got free. Absolutely crazy. Now, the reason why this blitz is so good is because before the patch, it was pretty easy to set blitzes up like this to get the DBs or linebackers on the contains, right? To screen, right? Well, after the patch, it's not as easy to do. The reason why this blitz works so well is the positioning of the D-line, and dollar is perfect for getting these guys on contains. Other formations is not like that. For example, if I was to go in, say like the nickel 3-3, that was the most popular one I'd say before the patch, you'll see if I try to set this blitz up, it's way more difficult. Look, if I'm trying to move these guys on contains, look at this. Like, I just can't easily do it. Like, I've already spent like, probably 5 seconds trying to fiddle around, get this guy on contain, and it's just, I mean, he was on a contain for a split second, bam, all right, oh, but now he's off. Like, see what I'm saying? That's just too hard. You're going to get quick snapped. Whereas in Dollar, you can get guys on contain so easily, and that's kind of what you need to look for, is there's different formations and alignments and different kind of little things you can do that really allow you to easily get your DBs on contains, or, you know, whoever you want on a contain to get these blitzes to work well. Now, another thing I want you guys to know about this blitz is this guy over here, he doesn't even need a blitz. So, you know, he could easily just go into coverage or whatever you want to do with him. He does not need to be blitzing. This could be a 4-man blitz, and it would screen from the D end side of the formation on the right of the screen. Just like that. You guys can see here, screen. Now, I personally send a 5 a lot because, you know, obviously if someone sees you running this blitz, they're probably going to block the running back and think that that would help. But because this is Dollar, right, the thing that's so good about Dollar is you're able to, you know, combine the DN pressure with the DB pressure. So like here, you know, you're going to see that you get the DB, you're going to get the, you know, DN. You can't, you know, the running back simply can't pick both of those up, right? So it's not that simple. Look, both of them come free to block running back. He does absolutely nothing. So I want to look at this blitz now against everyone's favorite offense in the game right now, the tight offset TE. So this is actually one of my favorite defenses to use against this, because when I press my coverage and spread out my D-line, if I go ahead and QB contain, which to QB contain, again, you hit R1, R1, or RB, RB, you'll notice that the DB on the left of the screen, he's already on the contain, so I don't have to play with him. I can just leave him be, and he'll be on that contain. So like, I don't even really need to do anything. He's already on the contain. The other thing you can do is you can crash your line down. When you crash your line down, sometimes you have to do it twice. When you crash the D-line down, and to do that, that's left on the D-pad and down on the right analog stick, and it technically says slant inside. But the reason you do this is you want the D-tackle. You see him on the splits angle where it's like 2 lines, one to the left, one to the right. I feel like that's good against the tight offset and some formations in general. But sometimes you do have to do that step twice to make sure he gets that blitz angle. For some reason, it's funny. The first time it doesn't always register. But anyways, this blitz works really good against tight. As you guys are going to see, the lag loops around. I get the DB pressure, and we're pretty much in there really, really fast for the sack. If you take a look at the replay, you'll see that the pressure came the same way. And, you know, it was really easy to set up because the DB was already pretty much right next to that D end. I didn't have to fiddle around or even really do anything. We got the dual pressure. So this is nice because obviously just blocking somebody is not going to cut it. Now, the thing I'm sure most people are probably wondering about is if someone runs a spread out formation on offense, right, how would it look? So we can get into stack Y flex, which is kind of really meta right now, to be honest with you. It's becoming meta because it's a formation that a lot of the pro players have been using in the MCS as an audible, and it has really good man-to-man unbumpables, really good flats and corners, and C routes really, really good too. So against a formation like this, again, we're just going to press, spread out our D line. And again, when you spread out the D line, you'll just basically look and see which slot corner is closest to the D end. And this time it's the one on the right. So I QB contain, again, that's just R1, R1, or RB, RB. And I just move the DB in that's closest to the D end right next to him. And you guys can see it's not hard. See, he's like this, just literally move him right next to him, he's on the contain. I mean, it doesn't take much, right? It's not like you have to fiddle around like you do with a lot of these other ones to get him in the perfect spot. He's just pretty much where you want him pretty much immediately, which is what I really like about this. And then as you guys can see here, you get the guy flying around the edge. And, you know, I just threw it right at me. Obviously, in a game, if someone throws it right at me, I'm going to pick that off. But because this is just an instructional video, you know, I wasn't even, you see, I'm not even moving with my user. I'm just standing there. But in a game, if someone would throw it over the middle right at me, I would pick that off, obviously. But you guys can see, you still get the D end coming around that edge untouched, which is why you want the fastest D ends possible. Now, I will say, I've noticed a lot of players recently do not use Fearless on their quarterback anymore. I've been noticing this. So with these defenses, I've been thinking, y'all might call me crazy, but it might be the move to start using under pressures on your D ends again, because a lot of people aren't using Fearless. And if we're able to get, you know, a lot of bad throws off these types of blitzes, we can get a lot of interceptions. So I'm looking at some under pressure players right now at 0 AP, considering using them, even the 1 AP guys, as my D ends. They might not be quite as fast, But because a lot of players are not using Fearless anymore, I do think it would be worth it. Now, just as one last example, I do want to show this against kind of like a weird formation, just so you guys can see again. The formation itself really doesn't matter. This is going to work against anything. You just press your coverage, spread your D-line out. Now, in this case, this DB is, again, on the right of the screen closest to the D-end, so I just slide him right there. Bam, we're set up. This blitz is going to always allow me to get pressure from that D-end on the left of the screen. The right of the screen. And then the DB on the left of the screen. Because I'm able to get, again, dual pressures, I pretty much know that regardless of what happens here, somebody is coming free. And again, we got 2 people free here for the sack. So I would just recommend having fast slot corners because they're blitzing, because obviously we're getting dual pressure. You don't have to blitz the 2 guys, as I showed you. You could easily drop the slot corner opposite the D-end heat into coverage. Or the other thing you could do if you really wanted to is you could just only blitz the slot corner and not even bring the defensive end pressure. And how to do that would just be, again, spread your line, QB contain. You could just fake it like this, literally, and then just drop the guy back in coverage. You could man him up. You could do whatever you wanted to. And now we're only bringing pressure from that DB on the left of the screen and not the DB on the right of the screen. So now it's just, the one guy, but again, we're able to get in there for the quick pressure, potentially a sack, interception, overthrow, whatever. So again, the most important thing here is fast D-ends and then fast slot corners. Now I'm still messing around with different combinations, but if you want the full scheme to this, my dollar defense post patch, check out sportsgamers.com. Become a VIP member. Use coupon code Duke. You'll get 10% off your order. The link is in the comments in the description. You'll get access to the entire website. Best tips, best deal you're going to find in the community.